All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, great millstone, rule and teach well. And peace, love, salutations, and blessings to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel coming back at you through the Spirit with another lesson, and I pray and hope this lesson is edifying. Now we have here this video from Redacted. And this video is actually going into some DEWs, or direct energy weapons, that have been created by, not only created, but used by the American government on its people. And, with Esau, as anything else, he has the light version, and then he has the super extreme version. So just as we see what we're going to see in this news clip that we're going to play, that Esau is using these DEWs for things like crowd control and various other applications, he's also going to use these DEWs for more, the word I can say, erroneous applications, such as fires that come out of nowhere, okay, and are for some reason only burn, they can't burn certain colors, all right, and we're far from the days where a person can say this is a conspiracy theory, or you're bugging out for believing this, when this man has patents on these type of weapons, okay, and he targets his own people. Because Esau, the higher level Edomites, don't give two shits about the lower level Edomites. All right? They don't care nothing about the lower level Edomites. To them, they're the same as all of the other heathens. Okay? So, I'm going to start off with a quick precept. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus 14:5. And it says, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he do good?" Because Esau Edom is evil to himself and his own people. Okay? He's going to pollute his own water, pollute his own air. He's going to destroy his own women, his own family. He's going to destroy his own seed. All right? He's going to do evil to himself. So if he would welcome evil into himself, how much more those that aren't him? Okay? The thing about loving yourself, when you love yourself and you treat yourself well and do good by yourself, right? That is the principle for expanding at really, doing good by Yahweh Yahweh Shai is the principle. But, you can understand what I mean when I say, having that foundation of loving thyself, that starts to branch off into other aspects. Well, the loving of Yahweh Yahweh Shai branches off into other aspects of your life. Because, first you love the Lord and you love yourself. That's what the scriptures say. Love the Lord with all your soul, mind, and strength. And the second is like unto the first. Love your neighbor as unto yourself. See, so you show yourself a certain type of love, okay? So you're going to take care of those things that are pertaining to you. So that's going to be expanded out to those people that are around you, okay? Esau don't do that. Esau does evil to himself, okay? He goes around and he rapes, robs, and pillages and steals the land and takes the land. And you see, and then he pollutes the land. Okay, continuing on, it says, "He should not take pleasure in his goods." So, as the scriptures say, I believe it's in the book of Job. It says, in the fullness of his efficiency, he should be in straits. Every hand of the wicked should come upon him. So all of these evil, wicked things that Esau is doing, he's not going to succeed. He's not going to be successful in his enterprise. Okay? He's not going to be able to enjoy those things that he has labored through wickedness to obtain. All right? So let me go ahead and play this video.
Part two of our story is going to address that. I don't mind going ahead and telling you right now that we are going to provide evidence of the same type of system that was used by United States Park Police was in fact used on January 6th. We have the video evidence of that, and we'll be presenting that.
Wow. Well, that's unbelievable. And so let's talk about some of these heated weapons here, because I have to say, when I read your report, I kind of got up in the middle of the night and I kind of had a moment, because 11 years ago, when I worked at Fox News, we covered a report about these new DoD directed energy weapons that were being developed, and they invited the press to kind of come and test them out. And my colleague at the time, Peter Ducey, got to try these out, and he talked about how incredibly unpleasant they were. I just want to roll this tape from 11 years ago. Forgive how young I look. Watch.
Wondering if the traffic accident you were involved in a year ago is even worth pursuing? Chances are, it could get you a check.
And he talked about how incredibly unpleasant they were. I just want to roll this tape from 11 years ago. Forgive how young I look. Watch.
The U.S. military revealing its brand new crowd control instrument that could also protect U.S. ships from pirates. The very intrepid Peter Ducey volunteering to test this thing out, Allie.
And no, he was not the guy doing the shooting. He was actually shot at, and Peter's going to tell us what it felt like and show us that moment. Peter, take it away.
Allison, I'll tell you first that I learned this week firsthand. Non-lethal also means not pleasant. Look at this. You can't see it, hear it, or smell it, but it makes unruly mobs do this.
So is that the same thing we're talking about here, Steve?
No, there's actually three different types of these directed energy weapons that we are going to be revealing through this series on that topic at the Blaze. The first type is the type that the very young Peter Ducey introduced right there. Now, there are actually YouTube videos going back decades of DoD actually showing videos of these being used, even Congress members allowing those to be demonstrated upon them. And the same exact reaction that Peter had in that video, they had as well. So these are pulse RF frequency microwave energy bursts that are delivered for just a couple of quick seconds. It heats up the outer layer of your skin. It gets very hot, very uncomfortable, very quickly. They can be used in battlefield situations. They can be used for riot control. We have seen those used in various locations around the country over the years. Now, the audio versions are not quite as painful in that manner, but they're so intense and so loud, and the right frequencies are being used that creates literal pain in your head and in your eardrums, and it creates the same effect. It creates confusion, pain, and ostensibly, and the intent is for the riotous behavior, those behaving riotously, they are forced to run the opposite direction. We also know now that, of course, we've heard a lot of news lately over the last few years about the Savannah syndrome type weapons that are being used overseas against our State Department, our intelligence community, that sort of thing, our foreign affairs operatives that work overseas, legitimate.
So, we don't have to go over the whole article, but he goes into another type of energy, direct energy weapon. So, the point is made that Esau has these direct energy weapons, okay? And he has these weapons as a tool of oppression, okay? And as another means to steal land and to cause devastation, okay? So I'm gonna grab another scripture. All right, so this is Daniel 8:25, and it says, "And through his policies also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand." Okay, so all of these are policies and procedures that Esau sets up to be oppressive to the poor. And it says, "And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace he shall destroy many." This isn't what I wanted, but I'll finish it out. It says, and he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, and shall be broken without hands. All right, this is what I wanted right here. And this is Micah 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When it is morning, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand." So they do this evil shit and they do this wickedness that they do because they have the power. Okay? That's all they do is ponder wickedness and how they can be oppressive and how they can be evil, And it's going to show you that they have the technology. But ultimately, going into my ultimate point that this is Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, I'm grabbing another Tempest. All right, so I'm gonna grab this precept and then we're gonna play some more videos. This is Isaiah 29, and I'm gonna start at verse 4, and it says, "And thou shalt be brought down, and shall speak out of the ground." They're gonna be in a low estate. "And thy speech shall be low out of the dust, and thy voice shall be as one of that hath a familiar spirit out of the ground, and thy speech shall whisper out of the dust. Moreover, the multitude of thy strangers shall be like small dust, and the multitude of thy terrible ones shall be as chaff. Yea, it shall be at an instant." So the Lord is going to come back, and he's going to destroy Esau, Edom, and the instruments of war. In verse 6, and it says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of the host with thunder, and with earthquakes, and great noise, and storm, and tempest, and flame of devouring fire." And I came across this video on TikTok, Salakia. I came across this video on TikTok, and I was like, wow. So
Take a look at this fire tornado spot.
See, this fire tornado in California made me think about this precept, flame of devouring fire, you know, and how this was a Tempest. This is literally a fire tornado in California, in Palisade, California.
Above the Palisades fire this morning. This was captured by Air 7. Just a wild view there.
Now, I ain't never seen no shit like that. I ain't never seen nothing like that. That is a tornado of fire, okay? Okay, and, you know, going back to what I was saying before about the very first precept I brought out, or how Esau, he won't do good to himself. This is Mel Gibson right here.
Well, you know, I know they were messing with the water, letting reserves go for one reason or another. They've been doing that a while. California has a lot of problems that sort of baffle the mind as far as why they do things. And then in the events like this, you sort of look, well, is it on purpose? Which it's an insane thing to think. But one begins to ponder whether or not there is a purpose in mind. What could it be?
All right. So you hear old Melly Mel, he's saying that it seems like it could possibly be done on purpose. So this is something that Esau does to his own people, you know. And Mel Gibson, he know the script. You know, anybody watch The Simpsons and shit like that, they know that The Simpsons said that something was going to happen like this years ago. I recently just watched a video where they talked about the Simpsons prediction, which ain't really a prediction. That's just them trying to prophesy on the left-hand side. You know, the Lord, he predicts what's going to happen from the beginning. He said he predicts the end. He prophesies the end from the beginning, not nowhere down there in the middle, okay? That's just him trying to do that left-hand magic. But I got another video.
A lot of people lost their homes. It's very sad. Row after row after row after row.
As the wildfires continue to affect the Southern California region, several famous landmarks have been destroyed by the disaster, including the Bunny Museum in Altadena, California, the owner told KCBS.
Now, it hasn't hit me yet, but maybe a little bit. It's the only bunny museum in the world. 46,000 pieces. I mean, pieces that are 2,000 years old, and everything you could think of that was bunny.
The Will Rogers State Historic Museum.
Bunny Museum. That's funny. Anyway, and here's another one. Now this video right here, they're talking about that there's a tsunami warning in California. So California is getting beat down.
We're
Following this breaking news story out of California, just to reiterate what we know at this point, a 6.6 magnitude earthquake rattling northern parts of the state, prompting tsunami warnings. The U.S. Geological Survey saying that the quake was centered off the coast in Northern California, but was felt as far away as the San Francisco Bay Area. A second 5.8 magnitude quake struck just north of San Francisco. The National Weather Service issuing that tsunami warning. You can see some of the cars there filling the local.
So as you can see, you know, hey, the Lord is putting in some heavy work. Okay, the Lord is putting in some heavy work. All right, He's visiting this place. And as a matter of fact, let's just go to that. I believe it's 2 Ezra 9. This is 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter. We're going to just start at the top. And it says, and he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently. So, you know, what are you measuring? You're measuring the time, the prophecies. You're measuring to see where we are in a chain of events that are prophesied by the Spirit of the Lord. And he said, and through the scriptures, and he said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when thou shalt be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and that's exactly what we've been having, is earthquakes and uproars of the people, and we're about to have more uproars coming in 2025. It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were from before, even from the beginning. So we know the time frame we in. We know that we're at the end of this thing because of the series of events that are happening. Okay? So, you know, I'm going to grab one more precept. I want to go to the book of Habakkuk, the 4th chapter, because, you know, Esau, Edom, he heapeth unto him all people, and he's his death. You know, who would create a direct energy? Who would create a direct energy weapon that could do so much damage? Okay, and you know what? As a matter of fact, real quick, because so I just looked it up, and here you go. You know, I meant to bring this out early in the lesson. You know, but this is the patent for these direct energy weapons, and there's more than one patent, but I just Googled it, you know, so you can see that this is not something that is a joke. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is a real deal. There's a patent on direct energy weapons, okay? So let me go back to that Habakkuk. Let's go BLB. And it says, this is Habakkuk 2 and 4, and it says, behold, let's start at verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but in the end it shall speak and not lie. Okay, so all these things that are happening now, we're here for an appointed time. All right, that's why we know we're in the end. That's why in 2 Ezra 9 it says, measure thou the time diligently, because through that measurement, right, we can see that this is the time that was appointed. All right, because we're at the end. It says that this is the end time appointed because of the things that are happening. So, like, just for clarification, it says, Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Okay? Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. He has so many doctrines and philosophies, and he's all in everybody else's business. And he says, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. He is as death. Okay? He is as death, and he cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all peoples. Okay? So this devil thinks that he can do whatever he wants, and he controls every single thing, and this is why he has the right to destroy your stuff. All right? So, just want to do a quick hit on that. So with that, I pray this was an edifying lesson, ending it off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakal Kadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, great millstone. Until the next time, I can say shalom.